Yo, what's up, guys? We're back with another fucking video, and we're gonna be breaking down the best court level tennis points that you've never seen before. And let's get straight fucking into it. If you're not familiar with who I am, my name is Chase Arevalo. I played D1 tennis at Georgia Southern University. I coached at IMG Academy, where I was mentored by Nick Bollettieri. And I was also a coach at the Rick Macci Tennis Academy, and I was actually a director there as well after 6 months of working there. And yeah, so I've been mentored by Rick Macci, been mentored by Nick Bollettieri, and I've worked with players such as Lulu Sun, who's currently top 50 in the world. So I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, like the video, drop a comment, let's get fucking into it. Let's go. Split step, puts his weight on his right foot, pushes off the right. Notice on the +1 shot, notice how he's a little bit in a defensive position. So where does he go? Let's see, look. Returner does a great job. His goal, the returner's goal, was get that ball deep middle. Put your opponent on their back foot on that first return, okay? Now, that +1 shot, because he had to take 2, 3, 4 steps back, he's got to go cross court. He's got to go cross court here. Notice, on the run, first ball, second ball, open stance. The default is open stance. Notice, he prepares on his forehand with his left hand on the throat of the racket until the ball bounces. This is a universal theme you're gonna see. The best players doing it. There are exceptions, but those are exceptions to the rule. Okay? His left palm is pointing to the back fence. His left arm is relatively parallel with the baseline. I think he can even do that better. He doesn't really do a good job of that, honestly, technically. He drops his left arm early, so technically speaking, he could clean that up, right? Finds the forehand. Notice, textbook, on the run backhand. Split step. Takes the first step with the left foot. Plants open stance. He pivots the left toe to the left side. Notice how he does that. Where do you think he's going to go here? The last few balls, he got control over the point. So now he's able to take advantage of it. Based on his opponent being over here in the ad side, okay, and being so far behind the baseline, he's got to make a decision. Am I going to rip this ball inside out cross court? Which you can do, but you got to make sure you can rip a winner on it. And if you have any doubt you can go inside out for a winner, every single day of the week, you got to go inside in and come into net here. Okay, but either way, this guy should be ripping and coming in here. Bro. It's just too easy. This shit's just too easy to tell. It's crazy. In general, on an approach shot like that, make sure that you split step, okay? Not when you want to. You split step when your opponent's basically making contact. As a general rule. So what that means is your priority is not let me hit that ball and let me run in like a chicken who got his head cut off. That's not what the fuck to do. Okay? You run in, but you have to be aware and be cognizant of when your opponent makes contact. Then and only then you split step. Or else you're going to be left basically not able to react fast enough. So when you're seeing players, like the distance that they're like split stepping, and like sometimes they're closing in hard, sometimes they're not, there's usually a rhyme and a reason why. Notice he went down the line here. So yeah, if that didn't clip the net, that would have been a winner, but he just had to put one more ball away because of that. Notice. Wait. Kick serve, body to his backhand. Returns middle. First serve return, he's going middle. Notice, floating ball to his backhand side, Felix decides to run around it. One thing that you can keep in mind when thinking about changing direction is like, when I'm changing direction, can I create a short ball off that change? Can I do that? Yes or no? Notice he kept the left hand on the throat of the racket until the ball bounces. And then his left arm is parallel with the baseline and it's level. His right elbow, he airs out his right armpit and keeps his right elbow up. His palm, okay, notice where his palm is facing here. Notice where his strings are facing here. Not every pro does it the same way. You don't have to do it the same way, but take a look and see, is there something here I can replicate for myself? Maybe you don't do the elbow exactly the same way, but maybe you can be aware of that variable to manipulate it, right? Maybe your racket head doesn't set exactly like this. His strings are kind of facing the back fence a lot. Maybe yours is a little bit more sideways, right? Not so much facing back. That's okay. But you got to start being aware of the different variables and assess that and make sure your coaches are helping you with that. That's crazy. Nishikori's got a sick backhand. Floating ball. Notice how he popped in that open stance there. That was good. Look, he takes his little adjustment. This is something you can copy, guys. Okay? You're moving to a ball. Adjustment steps. Take one kind of gather step with the left. And then notice how he pops out into the open stance. Watch that again. Watch it in full speed. Takes little steps. One step with the left and then pops out. He takes one step with the left and then pops into the open stance. One step with the left, then pops out to the open stance. That's a very repeatable stance that this guy's clearly practiced thousands of times. The way that you can replicate this and improve every ball you're hitting with your ground strokes is do your adjustment steps and then practice popping out into literally the same exact stance every time. You should have a neutral ball that you're confident and you're consistent with, and with a repeatable stance. If your stance isn't repeatable, how is your shot going to be consistent? That shit does not compute. You're going to be cooked if you don't figure that out. Wow, that's a really good lob. Okay, so here, let's analyze. This is crazy, guys. Look, this is the same shit I keep talking about. He gets a ball, he gets a short ball. This is technically an inside-out forehand here. Okay, so it's very simple. He gets an easy ball, and he has a decision. He's way in no man's land. There's no debating. No coach in the world would debate he's getting an easier ball here. That's a fucking fact. Now, it's very simple. Can he hit a winner cross court? His opponent is literally in this corner. So automatically there's doubt there. Okay? If there's any doubt that you can't hit the winner cross court, in this scenario, it is cross court technically, then it's very simple. You got to go down the line. So by him not doing that, let's take a look here. Yeah, and look, you could argue the ball clipped the net a little bit here, but it actually didn't really affect the shot that much. It just barely clipped. But it still goes to show that his opponent's literally in that corner. So you can't go to that side there. There is slight doubt that you could hit a winner. I don't think anyone would argue there's slight doubt in that scenario that he could hit a winner cross court as opposed to inside in. Okay? And he doesn't have to hit a winner inside in. The good news is he can just rip it inside in, come in off that, and he will have the highest percentage chance of winning that point. The geometry of the court will be in his favor here. Okay? But, I mean, and look, that was a really good lob, but his opponent got there early, had a ton of time to prepare. So the reason why he could execute that really good lob was because it wasn't a grind for him footwork-wise to get there, right? Imagine if he went inside in, this guy over here would be forced to run and sprint all the way over here, right? So unless this player has just the shittiest backhand of all time and has the best forehand on the run of all time, and you just would never approach this guy's forehand, unless that's your mentality, you just got to go to a different target there, right? So that's it for this video, guys. If you got any value out of this video, like the video, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel again, email your mom, tell her to subscribe to the channel, and then I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.